Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Disco Elysium, where we have some interesting stuff ahead of us. She is always yelling at me. I've been sitting here setting up the recording for like 2 minutes, and she has shouted 6 different rude things at us. Let's press her a little bit about the drugs we found in her room. Not because I want to arrest her, but because I want her to think I might arrest her, so that she will give me her paintbrush. Hey, I found some drugs in the coal room. These yours? They just might be. Rough stuff. If you take the ride, you'd be wise to buckle your little pig belly up. Hey, listen, I know all about Pyrrholodon. I've been doing Pyrrholodon since before you were born. Probably. Her neurons must be on fire, the heat creating waves and ripples in all she sees, above all in her painting. So we could threaten her. I'm a little worried that she would just laugh at me here, and honestly, like, I'm not going to arrest her. I have no interest in doing it, so if she calls our bluff, we're just stuck. Also, even if I did want to do it, can we? I don't have a car or anything to put her in. Does it make you see everything all art-like? That might yield a positive result, for a positive modifier for that check to get the painting, or it might, like, lead us to a place where that is a thing. Let's try this first. We can always start to arrest her later. You really think I need to be high to see the world as art? Poor unimaginative piggy. How I wouldn't want to have your peepers. To hell with the art part, man. It's all about the high anyway. Nope, that, Oh no, okay, we did get a plus 1 on this. Honestly, that check's getting not that impossible anymore. I'm pretty curious about this. If I threaten to arrest her, though, and it doesn't strike fear into her, it's probably going to give us a negative on that check, right? I'm kind of curious about this, though. Yeah, I like bumpy rides. You know where I can get more? We apologize, but we're currently not buying the entrapment you're selling. Please call again later. Yeah, that's a good point. I gotta remember I'm a cop. She smiles at her own joke, then whispers, "If you're really interested, then I'm sorry, but I don't do anti-radiation drugs anymore, so I don't know where to get them." Well, but where did you get these? From a guy on Boogie Street, Porta Rosa. Go there after midnight, you can get all kinds of funny things. Veterans of the People's Pile selling their stash. Damn me and my affinity to farm animals, she's probably thinking. She hopes the information is useless. Yeah, she hopes she didn't just send me after her source. Well, this check is getting close, but I still don't want to try it yet. That said, like, if we're going to go for it, am I really willing to put another point into conceptualization later? I guess I don't have any idea how much game we have left. And I certainly have more learning cap. Yeah, let's not try anything desperate here. Catch you later, Cindy. I am wearing all of my conceptualization clothing right now. Yeah, so that's as high as it's gonna get. We'll figure it out. We'll come back. Maybe we can get some more modifiers on it. So after 9 o'clock today, we're going to be able to... Oh, I checked this box already. That's right. A long, long time ago. After 2100, we're going to get to talk to that smoking guy, and I think that's really what I'm waiting for here. I guess I don't really know what we're going to do until then. We already talked to Lena about all of the cryptids. What else is in my log? We'll get to the beauty for the wall. There is this. I do need to check into that. I have no idea where to look for that woman's husband, but I think there's a non-zero chance he's on the other side of the... what do you call it? On the other side of the waterlock. I have no interest in proving my authority to Titus Hardy. I do not care what he thinks of me. This is a thing that's going to have to be done after the waterlock. I can ask around about the tattoos, but, like, who would know? I guess I won't know that until I ask everybody. We're still waiting on this to come back tomorrow, right? Oh, no, this says filled Monday. Well, whatever, the car's gone. So yeah, tomorrow. Figure out... Oh, man, they want me to talk to Kuno about the armor. I mean, I guess we can. Still trying to find a way into the secret passage. Yeah, there's this that I want to do at night. The jam mystery. Who else has unauthorized access to the whirling trash? I don't know how to do that. We are explicitly informed here. You might not be able to do this for a while. Yeah, I guess we don't really have a whole lot else to do here. We have a conceptualization check with Joyce that I cannot remember how to get to. And then a bunch of checks that we're just, like, really not interested in doing. I could just go to the bookstore and try to steal a map just for the hell of it. But the thing I would steal is the thing I bought already, right? So is this check even still going to be there? Huh. I don't know. We haven't talked to her in a little while, right? Maybe she'll have something to say. Something new. Who are you? Did I really not ask who she was before? I'm no one, just an old woman who cleans these hallways. And do you live here? You can call it living. She spits on the floor before wiping it off with a broom. I have a little room upstairs, right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet, but I don't complain, no. She juts out her chin, eyes shining. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company, and that's all I need from this world. She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty. Well, I have a few questions about the apartments. Did we really just not speak to her before? I guess I must not have. Do you know who lived in the foreclosed apartment? The hell am I supposed to know? The cleaning lady shrugs, her mouth puckered like a dried fig. Another nut job, I assume. Why is there a big hole in the wall in that abandoned apartment? Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these halls. With how small these rooms are, wouldn't you want to break the wall down? I mean, I guess so. Is one of the residents on vacation? This mailbox is, like, really overflowing. People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone. They probably just moved. Or died. Hopefully, somewhere else. Who lives in apartment number 10? No one lives there. It's been empty for months. But I talked to someone through the door. Impossible, the cleaning lady says, shaking her head. I would know if someone had moved in there. She pauses, eyeing the hallway. Maybe it's those counterculture people again, breaking into our house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you? Yeah, you know what? Sure, I'll go see what I can find. Great. Young people, they're worse than rats, Always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans. Most people are worse than rats. Rats are pretty great. Who lives behind the padlocked door? Oh, that one's a scientist, a future scholar. Suddenly the old lady's face is beaming. I just kind of assumed she was being sarcastic, so I didn't really read that with a beaming tone. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study. Astrology? It has something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. Are you sure you don't mean astronomy? That's what I said, astrology. I don't think it's a good idea to inform her that he's a communist, because we don't have any idea what her sympathies are. Hey, what can you tell me about Cindy? The artist? She scoffs. Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leans on her broom. She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I could say for others. Hint, hint. Yeah, okay, I get it. She mumbles some kind of response, then hacks something into her handkerchief. Okay, you seem busy with all that. I'll just leave you to it. So, it's been so long since we were, really thorough in here that I don't really remember... Oh. Hey, free postcard. Alright, that's money. We're not actually that far off of being able to buy, that role-playing game, but also we do have to worry about money for tomorrow night's stay at the Whirling. I mean, who knows what else will happen, right? Although I guess there really hasn't been that much new stuff that opened up to us today, except that we keep gaining stats and so we keep seeing new things in the environment. You hear someone walking around inside rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. Hey, this apartment's supposed to be empty. Did you break in here? Excuse me? Of course not. You have plenty of reason to enter. Are you cooking morphine in there? Do you cook morphine? I don't actually know how morphine is made. Listen, I don't need a warrant if I suspect there's been a break-in. I'm not actually going to break in, but I would like it if they would open the door. Oh, come on! There's a pause before you hear the door being unlocked. Oh, that was easy. Okay, they unlocked the door and then walked away. And made me come in after them. That's a hell of a suit you got on there. Blister pack of medicine peeks out of the box. You should take it. It's like a fine mattress. No, wait, don't be ridiculous. You can hear it swarming with bugs. I'm just gonna take your drugs here, if you don't mind. Hypnogamma. Okay, +3 morale. Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with the Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see? She jingles a set of keys in her hand. Boy, there are a lot of different keys there. More than 20, at least. Her voice is really cheerful, despite her obviously hating you. I love that, like, our sense of fiddly digitsness is all like, look at all the... We could touch all of those keys. What if we just picked them up and, like, fiddled with them? I have that. I actually have a number of fidget toys on my desk for that reason. Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too? She fumbles through her purse, fishing out a light paper-clad passport. I'm trying my best to sound both cheerful and hateful. I'm not sure if it's working. Yeah, sure. I'll inspect the passport. Let's learn some things. It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Special Administrative Region written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with shorter hair inside, along with all her personal details. And then... Yeah, okay, sure, everything seems to be in order. Thank you. She slips her passport back in her purse. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour. Yeah, what are you doing in here? She sighs and looks around. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place. I don't know, I mean, it doesn't look so bad, I guess, aside from this. Yeah, I fuck shit up too. Hold on, I can't tell. There's no tone included here, because this could be, yeah, I fuck shit up too, or, I fuck shit up too. And those are, she's gonna respond pretty differently to those things. Reprehensible. I'm gonna say this. We're gonna hope that it comes out as the second one, sort of forlorn and embarrassed. She smiles aggressively. Sounds like you've spent too much time undercover in some rock band. It's not a compliment. Who lived here? Oh, it was some kind of moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent. She stops, hesitating. A sudden serious look crosses her face. This story did not have a happy ending. But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I am in a hurry. Yeah, who lived in the foreclosed apartment down the hallway? Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3! We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen, but Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door, and there's a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall! Can you believe it? She spreads her hands. And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone, the money is gone, just like that. She snaps her fingers. The sum must have been puny. Oh, but it irks her. The incompetence. Well, I mean, it couldn't have been that much money. These apartments look pretty shabby. These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a $1 million view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards. She might be a little bit late. Hey, my money has also disappeared, now that I think about it. Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it. So, what happened to that wall? Don't ask me what happened to the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both! She's still shaking her head, manicured hands now crossed over her chest. Okay, well, that was not very enlightening. Thank you. Of course, she replies with a smile, but her eyes remain glazed over. She's just waiting for you to leave. Yep, okay, fair enough. I am going to look in here, though. You know, police business. Don't you dare try to stop me. Oh, hey, my shoes. +1 to indirect modes of taxation. What? Wait a minute, what? That sure is what that says. These Per and Ingersoll shoes have no lacing, but a strap and a buckle. Due to their elegant and affluent design, they have been described as the most advanced dress shoe. So advanced, in fact, that walking through slush and mud does not leave a single trace on them. So wait, if I... Indirect modes of taxation. I wonder if... it says affluent moneymaker, man. I bet this means you find more money and stuff, right? That's actually kind of interesting. And this one has been reducing my savoir-faire all this time, which it turns out is actually kind of important. Yeah, I'm gonna change into these shoes, because I do think our savoir-faire should be higher. The luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculously expensive shoes on your tired feet? You're right. Beautiful things do make people happy. I know, because of all that art I'm appreciating. Beautiful things give you a rush. It's power. Crafting your style, draping your flesh in silk and leather, deciding how to present yourself to the world. Remember, when they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes. Whether you like it or not, wearing these shoes has made you more liberal. This is probably supposed to be ultra-liberal. Well, they're either a gateway drug or a booster pack to get you deeper into free market ideology. I mean, I think what they are is shoes, mostly. Alright, well, let's go tell the cleaning lady. Hey, I found out what was up. Please give me lots of experience points.
Give me a moment.
I did not find any counterculture people in apartment 10. It was actually just a real estate agent setting up the room for new tenants. I see. She takes out her handkerchief and wipes her nose. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. No one is coming. There will be nothing but squalor, unless we start killing the real estate agents. Our character's taken a real, dark and grim turn lately. I'd like to think he doesn't believe it. He's just being dramatic. But, radio computer wizards, I am into radio computers now. Yes, radio computer wizards are coming. They're going to save the place, and the economy. Oh, I do like wizards, she agrees wholeheartedly. And people like that in general. They have a lot to tell us about our fates. She means clairvoyance. Yeah, I think she's a little confused. Well, that was fun. Thanks for the XP. We did also pick up a postcard. This crumpled up postcard depicts an open-air market in Boogie Street 5 years ago. A vendor smiles as dead roosters line his stalls, hung by their feet from canopy. Red blood flows onto the muddy street. Blurry shadows of people pass. So we have this, and didn't we have something else that I felt... Oh yeah, we have another postcard. I probably don't want to sell this rifle, but we could probably sell the postcards, and honestly, probably the shot put ball. So I guess we're totally okay for rent tomorrow. We don't have to worry about it too much. We do need to keep putting money together, though. We have reasons. I guess let's go talk to Kuno. We gotta do something to pass the time until 9, and Kuno might have information. It's one of my least favorite phrases in the English language. Oh, wait, I didn't wait for it to zoom all the way over to us. There we go. We could walk around behind the fence and talk to Kuno S again, but I don't know that that's necessarily going to be helpful. And we need to go back to the yard anyway, because we've got to look behind the greenhouse. Oh, I should be paying attention, though, for trash, because we can now pick up trash. Oh, and actually, we should go cash in our trash before Freak closes for the night. Let's see, we're already down here, but I'm just, triple checking. Okay. We could talk to all these dudes again, but I'm not really... Not my primary concern. I don't really know what these guys... how these guys could possibly help us. So we're just going to look around for more trash to pick up. Oh, wait a second. I've got something here. What is that? Scribbled between the thighs of a page 3 girl, L'origine du disco. I think they're making sly reference to that woman's genitals. You might say that the genitals are where all dancing comes from. I cannot interact with this in any meaningful way, I assume. We looked at this already, right? No, we did not. The crumpled billboard reading Samaran butter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted. The sign billboard has fallen on the waterlock, keeping it open and thus out of order. Well, our visual calculus is a little bit screwed up because of one of our thoughts, I think? Yeah, we're a little focused on other things, so we can just come back to this in half an hour. Probably the smart way to handle it. What is Samaran butter? Now, whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it. Goat milk butter. The Samaran terrain makes it easier to raise goats than cows, and the local goat farmers produce high-quality meat and dairy staples that add variety to other nations' diets. It's an acquired taste. Okay, yeah, we'll come back in a little bit. You know what's really great about goat farming as opposed to cow farming is that you can stack goats vertically. You can get a lot more livestock farming per square horizontal inch. Hot air rises up from the sewer. Sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. I don't really feel all that comforted. Hell yeah, free stuff. We should definitely... It was Freed, right? Freed is where the thing to turn all this in is? Oh, that's right. This guy's selling stuff too. We should have a look. There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box. A variety of shapes and colors.
Sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
This guy's not actually a lorry driver, right? I thought he was a local who got stuff to sell from one of the stopped lorry drivers. But maybe he's the one that we didn't interview enough about the drugs. Let's try some shades on. Abort! These are hideous! What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose and chafing against your brow. Damn, officer, you look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. The man nods eagerly. They're practically made for you. I'll let you have them for, $2.50. That's very expensive for sunglasses, I assume. I don't know. They're perfect for concealing your bloodshot baggy eyes. It's going to be very difficult for anyone to take you seriously with these things on your face. So -1 logic, we don't need any more electrochemistry. Thank you. The shades of self-destruction. That is pretty cool, though. Now, let's rummage through this box a little bit. These are all boring. Boring, third-rate, ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap cerise plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils. A UV magnifier. Now, these are all first-rate sunglasses, the man declares. Premium design, superb material, very cool, UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work. You know what, let's try again. I can find some interesting sunglasses in the box, and I'm very good at digging for sunglasses, apparently. Ah, I see. A pair of water blue shades. The writing on the left temple says, Sub-Insulindic Rendezvous. The frame appears to be hand-carved out of bone. Oh, that is cool. Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture. For the first time, the street vendor's voice trails off as he watches you inspect the glasses. He can see that I've really discovered something here. I'm having a moment. Let's try him on. This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster, Harry. Giant, hidden, and strangely tender at heart. All is blue. Alright, but these do actually make your vision worse. It's like literally being underwater. Wow, officer, you look so cool. The street vendor has picked up his pace again, as you observe the world through deep sea-tinted lenses. And they could be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they got no taste, but you found them. These do seem neat. +1 Inland Empire, but -1 Perception. I think our character would like these. I'm going to actually buy these. This is maybe not a good way to spend money. Ah, man who knows his style, the street vendor nods. Much respect. Yeah, I'm going to put on my new glasses because I'm curious if we'll get a thought out of them. -1 Perception for Sea Monster Vision, but +1 Inland Empire for Sea Monster's Soul. The truth is, you can't really see very well through the darkened specks, but you feel truly tender in this newly found deep-sea plane. 2 blue-tinted lenses sit in a bone-carved frame like they've always belonged there. Kim is going to be very surprised when he comes back and finds us. I mean, it's a good look, though. It's a really good look. Okay, no, they did not immediately prompt a thought, and I don't think I actually want to be wearing them right now. Perception seems important. I had these on because, like, our authority is almost always 0 anyway, so who cares? I think I'll keep those on. What we should find is more hats. We only have this one hat, and I don't actually think I like it very much. Maybe this guy has hats. There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes smelling of strangers' body
Don't be
odors.
shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Save the economy? That sounds off. Wait, save the economy? What are you talking about, man? Well, haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation, don't buy new things, buy eco. Wait, what? Why exactly? This doesn't make any sense. Why exactly does the economy need saving? Well, look around, officer. You see all these premium goods just sitting there, not getting bought? We gotta keep the flow of goods moving. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children? Well... Boy, they really do want to just let you launch into a racist tirade at any time, huh? But I don't even have children, I think. Oh, too bad, officer. Kids make it all worthwhile. Without kids, who's going to be around to enjoy the economy? He points at the clothes. Don't let me stop you. Open the box, browse a little. Yeah, I think I will take that command. You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. The box smells like cat piss, or like an old person with no money. Economical but also trendy, the street vendor shouts. A look firsthand, buy secondhand. Keep the economy moving. I'm pretty curious. We could probably do this. Let's find something worth salvaging here. Wow, good roll. Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind. Summer. 100% waterproof. And sport. All in different typefaces. Oh, who doesn't love a garment with 5 different typefaces on it? Oh, good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir. I don't think I want to buy the windbreaker. That's a lot of dollars. Sorry, that's a lot of real. FALN sneakers on a pedestal of speakers. You see 2 lowly defeated speakers. Thralls. Slaves, basically. Perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of FALN durable wear sneakers. The Ultra series.
I can see you have a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
I'm going to inspect them. A pair of FALN Ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole. Dedicated, victorious, sporty, these FALN sneakers are a must-have for a track and field legend. Those sneakers, mister, the street vendor intones. Those sneakers are the latest FALN sneakers. Super rare, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real. Only? That's madness. FALN Ultra. Wear the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine. Yeah. They actually lower your encyclopedia. That's pretty funny. What about these? These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable FALN Ultras atop them. Also, probably the rain's not helping. A small heat emboss on the veneer reads, Solidarity Aid from the People's Republic of Samara. The speakers themselves don't seem to display any magical qualities. No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The man points to the footwear. The sneakers are the stars here. But what about these speakers, though? Doesn't anybody want these? These, officer? These speakers are Samaran garbage. I'm ashamed to even use them for props. Don't waste your time on them. Samaran trash? That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic, produced under the dictatorship of the proletariat. Had a real Porky Pig moment there for a second. Well, can't I just buy these sad conquered Samaran speakers? No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Lo-fi socialist junk. Yeah, but that's why I want them. I think I might be lo-fi socialist junk myself. You know, honestly, that's not that far off. No, officer, you're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale. Yeah, you don't know what I am. I don't even know it myself. I want these speakers. Well, if you want them... He pauses for a moment, calculating. But see, they're the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. Yo, the speakers are on top of a box. Just put the shoes on the box. You know, if, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for a little extra, 50 cents? Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first. I'm not going to do that. Even if I could do that, I wouldn't. Just can't pass this up. Well, I've given the lie to that, haven't I? Let's see if he knows anything about the drugs.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
This is a rhetoric check. Okay. Hey, where are you from, Sealing? Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol. This man probably comes from Sige, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Cimmerian Isola. You're from the Apricot Suzerainty, right? Apricot Suzerainty also calls to mind an era when the Sige archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words. Ah, shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say you're from... Pronounce it very painstakingly. Sige. Very cool, Sealing nods, his eyebrows furrowed. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism. But the Apricot Suzerainty's a shithole. That's why I left. Yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about this. It's some kind of mind reaction. I mean, he did say it's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism, so this maybe is a good follow-up. Right, but isn't it only a shithole because of Revachol? He smiles brightly. If you say so, officer. I don't worry too much about politics. I'm an entrepreneur, you know? Whatever's good for business is good for me. We did not get any bonuses on this check from that. What kind of stuff are you selling here, man? Oh, only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants, too. I try them on right here. No shame, only freedom. You got a permit to sell all that? Good joke, officer. Here we don't have permits, just economic freedom. Take a look around. He takes a deep breath. You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds, and the dust-choked air. That's beautiful. Beautiful freedom. Wait, is it really true that you don't need a single permit to set up a shop? Yeah, that's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its law officials are so cool. Wait, what am I doing here if there are no permits? Stare at the police insignia on your sleeve. I'm having an existential crisis here. My man, officer, you make this all possible. Without you, this climate would be extremely bad for business. You're part of the gossamer state. Gossamer is a fine, filmy substance consisting of cobwebs spun by small spiders, seen especially in autumn. It's safe to say he's referring to the near absence of regulations. So cool guys protect businessmen while everyone else lives in ruins. I can think of cooler things than that. That might be where we're going here. I'm protecting state lawlessness. I'm not an officer of the law, but an officer of common anarchy. That doesn't... I guess it's not wrong. I mean, this is what he wants us to say, but I'm gonna lean in on this because I think he probably gets it a little bit. Oh, yeah, cool ruins. He agrees. I get to sell quality goods like these by cutting out the middlemen. You don't have to rebuild your house and live in a crater or in a tree. He points to a tree. And where can you do that? Only here. You're pretty sure you can live in a tree elsewhere too, but he wouldn't believe you anyway. So, where'd you get all these comfy pants? Well, I'm an entrepreneur, officer. He begins counting on his fingers. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board, definitely above board. Yeah, is there a discount maybe for cool officers like me? Well, no need for discounts at Sea Lang's, officer. Everything's already on sale. He nods toward the crates. Anything you want, 50% off. But he did first mark them up 100%, just that he... but did he first mark them up 100% just so he could put them on sale? I mean, what would be the point of asking him this? I'm not going to bother. Yes, it's a business secret, just let him keep it. Alright, that's all. Oh, I have a breakthrough. I'll leave you to it, my friend. Man, I really like the art in this game. 0.000% of communism has been built. Evil child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmazov fucked him over personally with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very, very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world. So, it is giving us plus 4 XP from left-wing dialogue options, but 2 stat penalties. I will say that a reduction in our authority is functionally nothing. A loss of visual calculus does matter a little bit, though. That said, we've been living with lower visual calculus than that for some time, because we were taking -2 while this was running. I mean, an XP boost does seem like a good thing. It is really, really going to get me to commit to saying lots of left-wing stuff, but I was already saying lots of left-wing stuff, apparently, so I guess it's fine. Alright, let's go try to pass this check now. Do I have any visual calculus gear? Yep, I got these office shades. That's relevant. And then that's probably it, right? I can't imagine we get visual calculus from any of our shirts or anything. ASB, shouldn't you know what the stats on your clothing are by now, given that you keep looking at them all the time? Yeah, maybe. I can see why you might think that. Alright. There we go. Hit it on a 7. Ooh, check that out. Some Batman vision. Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle. Oh, interesting. Let's have a look at this crater here. Side slip marks indicated that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at about 35 kilometers per hour. The black marks on the roof indicated that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the roof of the shack. That's a hell of a thing to have occurred. The panel served as a takeoff ramp. The vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the posts, then continued its flight, taking the billboard with it. The sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal. The Samaran Butter billboard still looks freshly painted, suggesting it took the plunge recently. But how recently? Within the past 72 hours. Oh, interesting. I was expecting this to have been somehow related to the lynching, but if the fall happened very recently, I wonder why we haven't heard anybody talk about this. You would think this would be a thing people would be discussing. Alright, what about the opposite bank here? Still speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog along the coast. And what was the model of this phantom vehicle? Well, there are 2 good candidates, the Capri 40 and the Linea G22. Why the Capri 40? Well, it's about the right size, and the tire marks look like they came from the skinny tires frequently found on that motor carriage. The Capri 40 is a very popular model with bank clerks, topping pie delivery drivers, secondary school teachers, cops, strippers dressed as cops, undressed strippers. Listen, everybody who's naked loves to drive a Capri 40. Alright, what about the Linea G22? Very sturdy but light motor carriage. More likely than most to survive that jump. And be able to make the jump in the first place, I suppose. The Linea G22 is not a particularly popular model due to its peculiar proportions, which the manufacturer's design team probably thought about for too long. So what now? Well, now you'd have to follow the tracks to be sure. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do it tomorrow. This has been productive. Why is my inventory glowing? I don't know. Alright, let's get to Frit. I think we've looted everything we're going to be able to loot off the street, and we also got some pretty sick sunglasses. I'm actually a huge fan of these. So we'll go sell this stuff, and then we'll have a better idea of exactly where we're at, because I've forgotten how many bottles we're carrying. And then we'll go talk to Kuno, as much as I don't want to. So if we don't do anything else terribly expensive, we're probably already set for tomorrow night, which means all of the money that we make tomorrow night we can put toward buying a cool role-playing game. Alright, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Insert your bottles. Really? $1.20? That's it? Your bottles clunk into the machine and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now. You know what you should buy with that money, kiddo? You should buy more alcohol. Enter the endless cycle of consumption. Nah, that's okay. I'm good. I don't think we have anything we want to talk to her about. I feel like we should ask people about what happened with this car. Like, this cannot have been a quiet event, right? People should be aware of this. Maybe I should have asked her. I don't know. Let's, we'll talk to Gart about it in a minute here. First, let's go talk to Kuno. I mean, I can talk to Kuno about it. My suspicion is that if he knew anything, he wouldn't be willing to tell me. Alright, before we engage with this little gremlin, let's make sure we're dressed for the task. Okay, one thing at a time. I wish that the clothing sorted by type a little bit better. So, shivers could be useful. As much as I don't think our authority matters very much, I do want to take it easy on dropping authority around Kuno, because we've taken damage from it before. Right now we're wearing plus conceptualization on our jacket. But we could have esprit de corps and shivers, or suggestion. I think I'm inclined to go for suggestion. Probably more likely to be useful in a conversation. In the shirt slot we have minus suggestion plus conceptualization. We could swap that out for just a point of drama. Kuno lies constantly, so that could be helpful. Probably don't need physical instrument. This is a jacket. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Electrochemistry pants. Well, actually, both of our pants give us electrochemistry. But that one lowers savoir-faire, while this one lowers reaction speed. That's probably fine. We're probably good there. The stuff that's in my hands, I don't know. Probably doesn't matter terribly. Yeah, whatever. Our glasses. These are minus drama. I don't think I like that. We could probably afford to be minus perception. Yeah, that's probably fine. We only have the one necktie. It's doing the thing it do. Electrochemistry up versus half-light and interfacing. Probably we keep the electrochemistry. We probably don't want to be wearing these shoes for this, but I don't want to lower my savoir-faire either. Do I want to lose composure? Because we could put on these sick boots. He will probably make fun of me about stealing the boots off a dead guy, though, and that might deal morale damage to me. I think we're good. Yeah, we're relatively good. I also have this bullet. I can threaten him with it. If he's too mean, don't mess with me. I'll throw this bullet at you so hard.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Hey, Kuno, you got any speed? This is not what we were supposed to talk to him about. Are we talking about his shack? No, wait. We want to talk about the crime scene? No. What was I supposed to... I was supposed to talk to him about the, what might be behind the garden shed, right? But I don't see where the option for that even is. We could ask him about speed, I suppose. He might know something. He seems like a terrible, terrible guy. Man. Where did we see that note? I'm just going to look at all these. Okay, where's the rest of the armor? Ask him about the body first. Okay. I want to discuss the body with you again, Kuno. Thank you very much, Questlog, for being thorough. Where's the rest of his armor? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. How come? That fuck gimp only had one thing majorly wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. That's a pretty big thing. He's not a mutant, Kuno. What are you talking about? Do you remember how he looked? Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. He drills his temples with his fingers in some strange aggressive gesture. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away. What do you mean you threw it away? Well, Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. He performs a kickoff on the imaginary helmet. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. What, you threw it in the sea? Feels wasteful. Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno, he repeats. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk, are you now? You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck, the jolly troubadour shit at the gates. Sorry, what are you even trying to express here? What do you mean, who do you mean, troubadour? Yeah, cockin' boots. You know, that jolly Union cowfucker. Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows. So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending he likes cows, trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gates, ask him yourself. Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information? Yeah, that is curious. And you're just telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, Kuno. Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you, loser pig. Kuno's doing pity now. I do think that a person who has seen me do as many things as Kuno has seen me do could feel significant pity, but I also don't think Kuno is technically a person. Still, seems suspicious. You may have it in for that guy. Or you might just be paranoid. That's also a possibility, sire. Yeah. Alright. Makes me nervous that we didn't get any XP there. Hey, Kuno, you got any speed? Fucking right, pig. Kuno's filling bathtubs with that shit. Kuno's a kingpin. Oh, you're just yanking my chain. Don't be yanking your shit in front of the Kuno. Kuno's always serious. Always rolling. Big kilo, but you ain't getting any. Get the fuck off. Belying the act, he's actually telling the truth. Or at least 0.0001% of it. He has a little speed. He's just not going to give it to you. He's got to at least know a source. Look at him. You need to figure this out somehow. Yeah, I'm with you. You need to befriend him first. Well, that's a real shame, because that empathy check is quite difficult. Troubadour. Who at the gates is a troubadour? Have we seen anybody sing? I mean, we know he does poetry at least. I guess we'll just go, ask some people. Who's got a mustache? That guy's got a mustache. This guy doesn't have a mustache. I'm gonna talk to him. Probably it's not all that hard to figure out who Kuno was referring to, but I'm not clear.
Man. How can I help you?
Ah, okay. Hey, you're the man in boots at the gates. I'm glad I remembered he had a mustache. Kuno said you might know about the armor? Heh, he smiles. The little boy did good on his promise. His promise? To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words, not mine. What happened? I was asked to look into the armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it. And did you? At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere. The cop's in his pocket. He's the king of Jamrock. Yeah, I'm familiar. I've spoken to Kuno before. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there. And it still got me into trouble, he smiles. One bad move is all it takes. You're telling me. So, the probe into the armor, did you learn anything? I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor. Fair enough. Anything else? Not much. Technical stuff, mostly. That was the interesting part. What sort of technical stuff? I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library, he explains with a wry smile. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off. Okay, how? In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. Kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw, too hard to remove. Yeah, you'd have to be some kind of super genius to get those boots off. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing, the gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. Alright, helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about leggings? Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. He gives you a jolly shrug. Forget about them. I did. You know what? I'm ambitious. I'm gonna find all of it. All the pieces. A Mesca epic, then, all across Martinez. He glances south, where the canal runs. I hope it'll be a real bonanza for you. Especially getting those boots off him. You'd have an easier time wrestling the spurs off a Boyadero than that. Well, it turns out I should steal some spurs, then. So, Kuno used us to, what, scare you? It's weird for me to say us when Kim's not here. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good. He contemplates taking a swig from his flask. He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter, then. Alright, hold on. Can we ask him any more about this, technical stuff? Yeah, I'm already on it. Okay. Yes, yeah, you said as much. I like that he's reactive to the fact that we've already been through the dialogue tree. Alright, well, thank you for your cooperation, I suppose. No problem. He finally takes a swig from the flask. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way. He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now. Okay, well, that was not a ton of useful information. So, what else do we want to do here for another 17 in-game minutes? I guess we could go talk to the Freed clerk. We can talk to the racist guy. I don't really see a lot of value in that. Let's ask Tommy if he saw what happened with the car.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Hey, Tommy, you got any smokes? Nope, don't smoke. He nods toward the big lorry behind him. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse. Or waiting for the sweet release of death. Hey, isn't he, like, smoking right now? The smell is in the air. Also, he's holding a cigarette. Sure you smoke. You're smoking right now. Okay, his eyes smile. But, like, this is my last one. And it's a bad habit. You should quit before both of us have lung cancer. Okay, fair enough. I didn't even really want any cigarettes. I just had the option to ask, so I asked. We haven't talked to the kid in a minute, right? She might know something.
Hello, sir. How is the investigation going? Found any curses yet?
Yeah, actually, I found a way into the doomed commercial area. Oh, that's great. Her smile is warm. I hope exciting adventures lie ahead, and maybe you can help Mother become less afraid. I think I have successfully done that. So I guess we don't really have anything else. I don't need to talk to you about the genres of books. I know how books work. Okay, well... So our armor task has been updated. Deck yourself in full metal battle-hardened glory. This might take a while, like a long while. So, if the armor went into the water, the helmet rather, went into the water and then floated downstream, we're going to have to... probably we will not be able to access it until after we can get to the other side of the water lock. That's my guess from the way like the area was described. The other pieces could be anywhere, though, and we don't really have any idea. I guess we'll just keep an eye out? You know, we'll do some investigations and whatnot, like I'm some sort of police officer. I am pretty curious about whether or not we're going to have a lowered modifier on this window check. So we're going to check this out. We're going to talk to Garth, just see if he has anything to say about whatever the hell it is that happened with that car. Nope, still minus 12. Still not time. I mean, it's not really even nighttime yet. Hey, Garth.
Can I help you?
Saw another thing at the whirling? Nope. This seems like it should be a major event, right? Why does nobody have anything to say about it? Or why am I not even allowed to ask? I should definitely be allowed to ask. Let's try to ask her. She's smarter than I am.
To say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
No, this doesn't seem relevant. Okay, she said she's got nothing to say to me. I should just believe her. Yeah, okay, I don't know, man. I don't know what we're gonna do here. I guess let's just go on up into that building and look around for a bit. I guess we also did have... So I was confusing a couple of different things. But there is still the issue of this. The door is behind the greenhouse in the yard, a basement door. Can we actually go find that real quick? Yeah, also this check is still locked. So the set tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Why am I looking at this? I'm wondering if we could maybe unlock this check. A cop habit, you look at everything. This isn't case-related, you think. Or maybe it's just distantly case-related. What kind of vehicle drove through here? Well, hard to say. So no, nothing. Okay, well, we'll come back then. Alright, had we discovered a way to get behind the greenhouse? Oh, we need to be in the yard, in the other side of the yard. Okay. That's extremely doable. You know, now that Kunos told us that he threw away some of the armor pieces, I wonder if we'll be able to see anything new in here. That's real loud, actually. Okay. No new options. There might be some options like buried a layer deep there, but who knows. Alright, what about this buzzer? Can't put myself, can't make myself do this. But we do have a higher volition level now, or rather we have bonuses on this check. I'm definitely super interested in that. We'll have to upgrade volition at some point and come back. Alright, so we want to cross around where the paintable wall is. That'll get us in to the back part of the yard. And then hopefully we can find whatever it is we're looking for back here, because I sure would love some XP. So a basement door. This is the thing that we couldn't open earlier. Do I want to open it now? I don't really want to do work for Everard Clare, but like, I'm also extremely curious. We could also probably just pass some time like looking at our evidence and whatnot. You know what? For now, let's just do this. This bullet mushroomed out on impact, and now it looks more like a fanciful jacket button than something that could pierce skin, flesh, and bone. The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location where the bullet was found. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower. What do I do with you, bullet? The squished little thing has no idea. Oh, I know. You should find the gun that shot this bullet. Oh no, eat it! Yeah, this is a good idea. Let's find the gun that shot it. That sounds like something a police detective would do. First, you should learn all you can about this little guy. Then, find the gun that shot it and the person who the gun belongs to, because he used it to kill your victim. Neato. Alright, let's inspect it a little bit closer. The jacket of the bullet is made of yellowish metal. It has blossomed to reveal a dark gray core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter. Let's take a closer look at this jacket. Now, you can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard. Alright, what about the core? It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound. What's interesting about the bullet thus far? Well, it's a jacketed bullet close to 5 millimeters in diameter. Yeah, a jacketed bullet which would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzle loader like those typically found on the streets of Martinez. Very interesting. So you have an unusual military-grade bullet in your hand. Now all you have to do is find a gun that could fire it. Well, I do have a sort of a military gun. We are extremely likely to pass this check, but I want to feel the bullet through the bag. Let's do a little bit more searching here. We might be able to get even more modifiers on that check. The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold even through the bag. You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle jacketed bullets. The citizens' militia uses cast bullets only, little pebbles of metal loaded from a muzzle, usually in a cartridge. Okay, I did in fact get another point on that check. So 92% is pass on. This is either a 3 or a 4. Either way, pretty damn good. Having that rifle was very helpful. A rifle, Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter, from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique. The .446 caliber was widely used with the Belmagrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theater of the anticentennial revolution 50 years ago. Incidentally, you do have just such a rifle with you. The dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly, but if it were usable, the bullet would probably fit the chamber. Is anyone still making these rifles? No, but Zeiliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war, so there are still a lot of the old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling. Well, who would use a Belmagrave rifle these days? Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for the same thing you found in the hidden weapons cache, only in working order. Back at the station, the lieutenant is standing at a counter, diligently filling out paperwork to hand over to a tired records clerk. Not super relevant esprit de corps. You should share your findings with him as soon as possible. Well, okay, I'll have to call him. For now, this bullet has nothing more to say, but that was definitely interesting and useful information. What about this note I found on the fridge? The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sulislav, maybe? Who wrote this note? According to the note, someone named Sulislav. Perhaps someone who belonged to the defunct radio computer company. But why did they leave a filament lying in a freezer? That sounds like a question for a detective. Detective? Yeah, I know, I'm asking you, because you are also the detective. And what is a filament memory? I mean, really, when you think about it. The note does not specify. It's part of a radio computer. When not in use, filaments are stored at temperatures below zero. It's like the production schedule you found, only this one's an off-site copy. Who's the illiterate ginger kid? Oh, I don't know, I have a guess. The note does not specify. Are you serious? You sure you don't want to hazard a guess here, detective? Oh, you mean Kuno. Ding, 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 we have a winner. My sense of volition is kind of mean. Alright, where's the frozen ice cream maker? Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box? Yes, in fact, I did. Well, now that's very interesting. We already looked at this guide of cockatoos. I think we've actually interacted with all of this stuff at this point. Well, it's not quite time yet. And I do sort of want to go check that frozen ice cream maker. Let's go do that. What's going to be the best way in there? I guess the bookshop's probably still open, right? It's not even 9. We'll just barge in and go into the basement, and she can deal with it. Look at that. Look at the realism on that swinging plastic bag in our hand. Well, I've had this flashlight on all day. Should I be worried about the batteries? Did it say how this thing is powered? We might have to find more batteries. Find the murder weapon. Locate a working firearm that shoots this kind of ammo. I do feel like we're doing an okay job at the actual police work part of the case. Police work part of the game, I guess I should say. And we should probably do this and then stop for the day, which means that we are not, in fact, going to get to talk to that guy. Listen, there's a lot of stuff going on. But I'm too smart to play with the barbell, especially without Kim here. Kim is my safety net. Without him, I have to imagine it's pretty easy for me to die on account of my limited competence and everything. Oh, actually, no, wait. I want to go this way. I want this door. Just trying to make sure that I'm not seeing any new things that I previously missed. Alright, we are going down to the breaker box. I guess, honestly, it might have been better for me to just run around to the, over here. Run around to the front door near the buzzer. Okay, this is our thing. This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut. Well, we need it to not be frozen shut. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here, and it just so happens I have one of those. No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar, you're just wasting your time. If you want to try again, you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective. Why does my sense of interfacing think that I would need a super pry bar? I mean, it might be right? And I would hate to break my pry bar. Let's have a look at it. Hopefully we'll get to see the check before we decide to actually commit to it. There we go. That is a very difficult check. Get a +1 for having gloves on, and a -20 for this being just a terrible pry bar. Well, I don't want to turn the ice cream crank, because I'm afraid we'll destroy the filament. So I guess we'll just come back if we can find a better pry bar? That's definitely interesting, though. The world is full of mysteries, it turns out. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time, tomorrow, when we try to solve up to one of them. That's the deal. One mystery per episode. And we'll see you then.